I don't even really know where to start with this Road to Glory episode because I was on a real high a few days ago after packing Team of the Season Harry Kane and getting this six squad together, and then something has happened which has just completely demotivated me right off the rip. Now we'll get into that in a little bit today, but I want to show you what I did exactly after I completed the daily knockout tournament in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, there'll be a link in the top right corner. You can see me winning this Davies with this team, and then I decided to sell Dele Alli because he was around 390k, which I know is a little bit of a loss, but I figured that Prem Tots would just plummet somewhat throughout the week. They sort of haven't, but Dele's been a lot cheaper than that. I know I've got a 10-game loan, and, well, you know, as the week went on, you know that we're going to get this this new guaranteed TOTS pack, and if I was to get Dele Alli, that would be amazing, or I could get someone else. It's gonna reflect on how I'm going to end up changing the squad somewhat again. So by selling Dele Alli, and I didn't want to necessarily have to use his loan, I went out and bought this guy. I bought Path to Glory Goretzka, which is going to mean a slight change in the way that the team lines up. And he's basically going to be doing the job of what Dele Alli was doing for us in that daily knockout tournament. So I needed to buy a couple of position change items to bring him up to a striker. Now, he's not going to play striker. He's just going to start there. And we basically move from that 4-2-3-1 to a 4-4-2 or second variant. Like, it could be literally either. And that will work for chemistry for us. So right there is exactly how the new, well, the slightly adapted team looks, and it will change in game, of course, to just play like this with him and Yaya. Like, I don't know who will play which side and stuff, but that was the idea, to change the squad, because it gives us a hell of a lot of coins to work with. And if we were to pack someone like Dele Alli in this pack, yeah, we could go back to exactly what we were doing before. But it all basically comes down to this guaranteed Premier League TOTS pack. Now, I put a poll out on Twitter the other day asking you which of my two left-back TOTS I should put in. Should I put in Davies or should I put in Crescito? Arguably, Crescito's a better player, but I'm going to go with him because you guys told me to. Davies is more usable, right? I'm more likely to be able to fit him into a squad. So that is what I decided to do. And of course, I bought the other players, spent about 20, 30k on them or whatever it costs. Definitely enough that I was really excited for my guaranteed TOTS player. I just don't want to get Pope. And then this happens. Can you friggin' believe it, guys? Can you actually believe that happened? Duplicate Harry Kane untradeable. Out of a 23-man squad, I get the same player again. This right here is the biggest fail of the Road to Glory this year. Like, there's nothing I could do about that. But oh my god. I mean, that just right there, it could have been anyone. Even if it was Pope, it would have been alright. But it's a duplicate untradeable Harry Kane, which I basically logged off the account. I didn't discard him because I know that I can use him. But what it meant is that I couldn't really play on this account or trade or do anything on this account until I found a use for him, which in my head originally was going to be for whatever TOTS we get today, you know, whatever TOTS comes out later on this evening, I guess we'll get a guaranteed TOTS on Sunday. And when that happens, I could put Harry Kane in, and yeah, it would make the squad slightly cheaper to buy. I was so looking forward to getting like a Mahrez or anyone, literally anyone, that I could then put into the team and have two Prem TOTS. Considering my team is mostly Prem, like, that's what I really wanted. I wanted someone, not a duplicate. Like I said, even Pope would have been better because we would have had a new goalie or someone else that we could submit going on. But then this Player of the Month Zaha came out and it sort of saved it a little bit. Now, there are two options. Option one would be to save this Kane for the guaranteed TOTS coming up on Sunday. But I do still have Davies and whatever weekly objectives come out. And two would be to submit this Kane as the TOTS requirement and as a Premier League player requirement in this Zaha SBC and get a 50k pack and well, make this Zaha SBC in general cost a hell of a lot less than it would do before. And as you can see, that is the decision I made. Now, I made it also based on timing, because if I was to wait until the next until the next guaranteed TOTS was available, there we go. There's my new Kane, by the way. He doesn't come with a hunter like the other one did, but yeah, we get to have 95 Kane again. I have packed 2 95 rated Prem TOTS players on the road to glory this year, and they've both been Harry Kane. Ridiculous. But yeah, like I forget exactly what I was gonna say, but we've got the 50k pack here. I do get bored, and unfortunately it's not a TOTS or anything like that, but it is going to be an 86 rated centre-back that is Pepe. I don't know if he's a walkout. I don't see him walking out, so I guess he's not anymore. But we get Pepe, 86 rated. Now, with the price of, like, pretty much all rare players now, which, of course, is what this pack entails, you know, it has all rare players. Like, this pack is actually worth a fair amount of coins. I reckon, just not taking into account Kane, obviously, but the rest of the players that I bought for that other squad, I'll make more off of them than what I will have made off of than what it cost to put together. That's what I was going to say. So it was basically time-based, my decision to put the Kane into the Zaha SBC as opposed to putting it into the guaranteed TOTS next week. Because what if it's not Bundesliga? Typically, it's Bundesliga after Prem. But what if it's not that this year? I think the vote for the Bundesliga TOTS is still going past Friday. So it probably can't be Bundesliga, right? And my team is Prem and Bundes. So doing a guaranteed TOTS player for a league that I don't necessarily have a player for might not be something I want to do. Whereas getting Zaha in, he looks pretty usable. I know I've used him on my main account and said that he's not all that, but I think he's someone that I would actually quite like to bring into the road to glory, or at least have as a super sub. So I needed to do this SBC before the Prem TOTS was out, because what it allowed me to do is actually go through and grind some of these upgrade packs. So I've literally gone from like 1,000 players in my club down to like 300. Got rid of loads of bronzes, loads of silvers, which, yeah, I could have probably sold on, but not for very much, and it would have been a huge hassle. And what this does is allow me to grind up. So I'll do the bronze upgrade to get 2 silver players, and I'll do that a whole bunch of times. And then I'll have a whole bunch of untradeable silvers, which I'll then put into the silver upgrade to get 3 non-rare golds. And then eventually with that, I'll be able to put them all into the gold upgrade, or I could put them into the Premier League premium pack, or not the premium pack, the normal pack, and rinse them through there to get some, you know, some other players to then eventually either put towards the Zaha challenge, or to put towards a premium Premier League players pack before that TOTS runs out. So that's what I needed to do, and that's what I eventually have managed to do. So I've managed to put a team together for Zaha that all I needed to do was go out and buy Aurier and Yaya Toure. Granted, that cost me like 15,000 coins for those 2 players, but the rest of this squad is fully untradeable and like feels like it cost absolutely nothing, which is great, you know. I spent about 20k on players for the first Zaha challenge and got a 50k back. I spent 15k on this one, and I'm getting a 25k player 25k regular pack back, and I'm obviously going to get tradable rewards. So I reckon, not counting Kane obviously, although you can if you want, this Zaha feels super free to me. Like, he feels free. And all it has cost me is really that team of the year Harry Kane, team of the season Harry Kane. So yeah, it really sucks that happened and we got the duplicate untradeable, but we can just move past this now because he's sort of come and made the Zaha SBC a lot cheaper for me, because I didn't have to. The market right now is mental, right? So if I would have had to go on out and build a squad featuring them Prem players and stuff, buy myself a new team of the season, it would have ended up costing me 100k plus 110k to get myself a player of the month Zaha, whereas it's basically been free because of the methods and stuff that we've used here today in order to unlock him like that. So I managed to finally grind towards one of the good Premier League packs, and I didn't get bored. I didn't get TOTS. I got a Daniel Sturridge. So yeah, it didn't really work out. The grind is actually quite huge. You need to put in so many bronze players to then get a few silver players, to then get even less gold players, to then get even less rare gold players, to then put into one of these packs or something like that. It's a massive grind, and we just didn't quite have the players in the club. Like, I reckon I've used 700 players, just clearing stuff out that I'll never use, and eventually what it's done is given us the free Zaha, and I don't have a TOTS that I can stick into the squad to show for that second Prem TOTS guaranteed pack. What I have is a Zaha from that now, which I will definitely take. You know, this is the new squad and how it will line up. This is how I want it to line up in game. Kane is the out-and-out striker with so much pace in the cam rolls. This is the 4-2-3-1 option. I want to learn that formation. And then in the second half, if I'm struggling, I can go back to what I know and actually take off 3 players and bring on Goretzka, Munier and Sessegnon into my midfield to shore that up, and then keep my regular front 3 with Bailey at cam, Kane and Sterling up front. And we've still got 335k. So whenever like other TOTS players that fit the bill that I want to change the team for come out, I can of course do that. I feel like I can finally breathe now. I'm going to get down and just play a couple games to end this episode off, because I wanted to test out the new squad, which is in online seasons right now, because, like, you know, there's not much else to really play for. I did the daily knockout tournament in 4 games. I did it the first time, so it's not like I've been grinding that all week. There's just not a huge amount to play for, which does suck, I agree. And on my main account, because I'm making videos, I can just literally play with team after team after team, and it feels like I've got stuff to play for. But for those of you that don't have don't have to make content all the time, yeah, I get the idea that you can log on, get one of these SBC packs, get a new team, but then have nothing to play for. I get that, and I hope that somehow changes for you. Or just go into some games and enjoy your TOTS players, right? Just, you know, have some meaningless fun and enjoy some of your TOTS players. Score some goals, all of that good stuff. So I go 3-0 up pretty quick in this game. And to be fair, this guy started against me really well. And I found it so difficult to defend against him. But you can see the stats are quite even at half time. But I'm 3-1 up. And I literally just go on a complete and utter rampage. I think I was letting out some of that Kane rage that I had from packing a duplicate untradeable bloody Kane. Honestly, so gutted. When I got him, I was like, I was so scared that I was getting Pope. And then I didn't realise just how bad it could be to get the same one untradeable. So that's something that I can learn from. You know, if when Bundesliga comes around, I'm probably going to want to do those TOTS packs again. Maybe not for other TOTS, but for Bundesliga, where I know half of my team is built around, I'll probably want to do that. And I'll learn that if I get a terrible player from that first time round, maybe I submit him second time in case I get him again and it's a waste. Or I just do it once that week so that it eliminates any chance of getting a duplicate and stuff. So let me know, guys. Have you been as unlucky as me? Did you manage to pack the same TOTS player twice? Or did you manage to pack Pope? Because, yeah, like it's interesting to know what you guys got. On my main account, I've had Azpilicueta and Sterling. If I could, I would probably trade out what I had. Yeah, I would trade it out for sure. Like, if I could have what I had on my main account on the Road to Glory, I'd definitely do that. Because Azpi's amazing, and Sterling is like my favourite TOTS on the game. And then we would have had extra coins. I probably would have been able to go out and buy Kane. I think he's a similar price to Sterling. So yeah, hell yeah, I'd definitely trade that out if I had the chance. Another thought is that I would love the option to re-roll. Well, there's 2 thought processes here. I know I'm going off on a tangent. There's gameplay in the background if you want to watch it. If not, just listen. I like the thought there's 2 ideas with these packs. For the second time round, I feel like, 1, you shouldn't be able to get the same player as you got before. That one should be pulled out and eliminated. I don't know how much server stuff that takes or memory it takes to remember which player everyone's had. But that would be an idea. Like, I'd love the fact that you couldn't get a duplicate like that. That would be good. And then also, if you got a duplicate, if that first, method wasn't available, if you got a duplicate, I'd love the ability to re-roll. Not for someone better, but for someone equal or lower, you should be able to re-roll it so that you get something that you can actually use if you want to. Those are my ideas behind that. That's what I would love to see implemented, because you really are stuck. Like, people that don't know a huge amount about FUT, might have just discarded that duplicate Kane because they felt that there was nothing else they could do. As a seasoned veteran, I know that I can dashboard the game, and that when I next log in on that account, it will tell me he's in my claim items. Now, it does make you so limited. You can't use the transfer market because every time you buy a player, you have to reload the game up again because it puts Kane in with the player that you're trying to store in your club. So it's a bit of a problem, and I hope, you know, we've seen EA tweet that they're going to be doing something around duplicates for the World Cup mode. Interested to see what that is, because if it's a game changer, friggin' love that, you know. So basically, this is where we're at on the road to glory. I got a sick new team. It basically brings out the Goretzka that we bought, and it brings in Zaha, and it's basically a way for me to change to a 4-2-3-1 and try and learn that formation with loads of cool players and the ability to go back to my strong home roots of 4-1-2-1-2 if I want to, just by making a couple of subs and stuff. So guys, this is that fatal road to glory where I was unlucky enough to get 2 duplicate TOTS Harry Kanes. Let me know, who did you get? Thanks for watching. Smash a like if you did enjoy for my pain, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.